Happy New Year. I'm Tarot Shy, coming back with another reading. All of my readings are timeless, so if it pops up on your For You page or you stumble across this reading, that means it's meant for you in the time that you've seen it. Donations or tips are greatly appreciated and are needed at this time. If you would like to donate to me, my page, or my family, you can donate to my Cash App. I'm also available for donation-based readings. And today we're going to be talking about the IRS. Mainly who the IRS is investigating and why they are being investigated. If you follow my page, you already know I pull cards as I go, so let's get into the reading. So collective, I'm picking up a lot of energies from this, just from the karmic being investigated by the IRS. Again, take what resonates, leave what don't with your situation. So we have someone in this energy who's being investigated by the IRS. It looks like they don't have a business license and they put a business in someone else's name. And that's probably why they're being investigated. Others of you in the collective, someone falsified credentials to get a job. So maybe they said they had a degree, or maybe they said they had a certain type of experience, but they don't really have that. They kind of like lied on their resume. I'm getting to get like a higher up position, maybe like a director or an executive or a supervisor, but they lied to obtain that position. I'm also getting maybe that person who lied to obtain their position, they also perform their work duties while under the influence. So maybe they drink or do drugs while they're at work. They may be a part of like bullying people at the workplace, like sexual harassment, things like that. They're also stealing from their employees, and they're also stealing time. So stealing time is basically like clocking in and leaving, or clocking in, not doing their job, or having someone clock in for them, or they may come in about like 15, 20, 30 minutes late, but they're clocking in for the actual time that they were supposed to be there. So if they were supposed to be there at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but they got there at like 1:25, they're clocking in for 1 o'clock, which is stealing time. This person is also stealing money from either the company, maybe they are a contractor for a city or for a state or for a federal government, but they're like misusing those funds, I'm getting, for like themselves. Also, we have the card with the karmic has assets in a deceased person's name. They may be using information from the city that they work in to get credentials to essentially get these cars, mortgages, businesses in a person's who already passed on name. But it looks like this person has done this in multiple states because they're under investigation from numerous states. For some, this person has a fake work visa, and I'm getting that the IRS already found that out because this karmic may be extradited back to their home country if they're not tried here in the United States first. This karmic is also involved with bid rigging. So maybe that the money that they're getting from the bids, or the illegal money that they're using to bid, is being under investigation by the IRS. This person may be connected to a murder. Remember, we saw the card that this person was putting assets in a dead person's name. So maybe that's how they are connected. This person or persons will be named in a RICO case. And I'm also picking up the energy that This person or persons, they're starting to snitch. They're starting to, because the first person who talks to the police essentially gets the better deal, if not immunity. But this person is snitching. Maybe they're snitching so that way they don't have to be extradited back to their home country, but they're like giving up the goods on all the people that's involved in this RICO case. Someone in this energy also got a minor pregnant. So yeah, like I said, the Karmics are now exposing the other Karmics. They're wearing wires for the feds to essentially entrap the Karmics so they can get a better deal. Law enforcement is also exhuming a body. Maybe that's the body that was connected to the cold case that these Karmics was putting assets in that dead person's name for, or maybe multiple dead people name. But the feds have collected all the evidence that they need in this case, and now people will be going to prison, and they're going to be serving federal time. I'm getting going to a Department of Defense prison, so prisons for all like domestic terrorists and things like that. So the people who were owed inheritances from these people who passed, and the people who stole your inheritance, they were going to probate court and things like that to take your inheritance. While these karmics thinks that they're taking your inheritance in these court proceedings, these are actually mock court proceedings, because the feds has set this up just to see who is involved and how far these people will go. These lawyers, prosecutors, or whatever, and these people who are falsely testifying against you to steal your inheritance. All of that is fake. So essentially, they're digging their own hole. You might have been speaking out against the injustices at your job, because we did get workplace bullying, speaking out to the feds, or maybe just sharing your story on social media. But the feds are keeping track of this and using this for the ongoing investigation. And they are keeping track of like the court proceedings you are in. So if you're in probate court, family court, criminal court, they're keeping track of who is causing all this harm to you, just to like kind of steal your money, keep you down, separate you from your children, lock you up, things like that. But you will have a successful win in court. Some of you may get a payout from, your company where you work for. Some of you will get a payout from court. But either way, it looks like the odds are in your favor. Hunger Games could be significant. Your neighbors could be involved. You will receive good news due to this situation. Some of you will be reunited with your family, your siblings, your children, and even a twin flame. I pull cards as I go. Money is coming, and maybe a new job. 6 and 4 is 10. We did see the Wheel of Fortune card, which said 10. We have a paramedic, nonprofit organization, a barbershop. Car dealerships could be involved. A postal worker. We have someone working in like home health aid. Maybe this home health aid is under investigation because the people who they were supposed to be taking care of, they died, and they were stealing their mail and their benefits and continuing to spend that money even though the person is deceased, and use that their deceased patient's information to get assets in their name for them. We also have a CNA and an RN. A TSA official. I already talked about earlier how this could be a city employee, somebody who works for the state or the federal government. Again, a sanitation worker could also work for the city. We have a mechanic. We talked about bid rigging, so a real estate agency is involved. A collection agency. A utility worker. Pharmacies, a social work caseworker. Confirmed federal employee. Doctor's office or medical staff. Lastly, a church, pastor, or first lady, or all three. We have Delaware, Maryland, Rhode Island, West Virginia, New Jersey, New Mexico, Texas, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Utah, Wyoming, Illinois, Missouri, Minnesota, South Dakota, California, Washington, and the